Hello and welcome to the third video in the series of readings from the I Am That. So today we will be covering starting from chapter 4. And so basically today what we will be doing is like Pratik is also with me. So he will be taking up the role of questionnaire, and I will be reading the bits about what the Maharaj answers to each questions that is being posed. Yeah, so let's start. Yeah, Pratik.
Yeah, so the fourth chapter is Real World is Beyond the Mind. Questioner asks. On several occasions, the question was raised as to whether the universe is subject to the law of causation or does it exist and function outside the law. You seem to hold the view that it is uncaused, that everything, however small, is uncaused, arising and disappearing for no reason, for no known reason whatsoever.
Maharaj, causation means succession in time of events in space, the space being physical or mental. Time space causation are mental categories, arising and subsiding with the mind.
As long as the mind operates, causation is a valid law.
Like everything mental, the so called law of causation contradicts itself. Nothing in existence has a particular cause. The entire universe contributes to the existence of even the smallest thing. Nothing could be as it is without the universe being what it is. When the source and ground of everything is the only cause of everything, to speak of causality as a universal law is wrong. The universe is not bound by its content because its potentialities are infinite. Besides, it is a manifestation or expression of a principle fundamentally and totally free.
Yes, one can see that ultimately to speak of one thing being the only cause of another thing is altogether wrong. Yet in actual life, we invariably initiate action with a view to a result.
Yes, there's a lot of such activity going on because of ignorance. Would people know that nothing can happen unless the entire universe makes it happen? They would but achieve much more with less expenditure of energy.
If everything is an expression of the totality of causes, how can we talk of a purposeful action towards an achievement?
The very urge to achieve is also an expression of the total universe. It merely shows that the energy potential has risen to a particular point. It is the illusion of time that makes you talk of causality. When the past and the future are seen in the timeless now as parts of a common pattern, the idea of cause effect loses its validity and creative freedom takes its place.
Yet I cannot see how can anything come to be without a cause.
When I say a thing is without a cause, I mean it can be without a particular cause. Your own mother was not needed to give you birth. You could have been born from some other woman, but you could not have been born without the sun and the earth. Even these could not have caused your birth without the most important factor, your own desire to be born. It is the desire that gives birth, that gives name and form. The desirable is imagined and wanted and manifests itself as something tangible or conceivable. Thus is created the world in which we live, our personal world. The real world is beyond the mind's ken. We see it through the net of our desires, divided into pleasure and pain, right and wrong, inner and outer. To see the universe as it is, you must step beyond the net. It is not hard to do so, for the net is full of holes.
What do you mean by holes and how to find them?
Look at the net and its many contradictions. You do and undo at every step. You want peace, love, happiness, and work hard to create pain, hatred, and war. You want longevity and overeat. You want friendship and exploit. See your net as made of such contradictions and remove them. Your very seeing them will make them go.
Since my seeing the contradiction makes it go, if is there no causal link between my seeing and its going?
Causality, even as a concept, does not apply to chaos.
To what extent is desire a causal factor?
One of the many. For everything, there are innumerable causal factors. But the source of all that is the infinite possibility, the supreme reality, which is in you and which throws its power and light and love on every experience. But this source is not a cause, and no cause is a source. Because of that, I say everything is uncaused. You may try to trace how a thing happens, but you cannot find out why a thing is as it is. A thing is as it is because the universe is as it is. So, this is the end of chapter 4. We'll cover chapter 5 also today. So, yeah, Pratik.
What is born must die is the name of the chapter. Is the witness consciousness permanent or not?
It is not permanent. The knower rises and sets with the known. That in which both the knower and the known arise and set is beyond time. The words permanent or eternal do not apply.
In sleep, there is neither the known nor the knower. What keeps the body sensitive and receptive?
Surely you cannot say the knower was absent. The experience of things and thoughts was not there. That is all. But the absence of experience too is experience. It is like entering a dark room and saying, I see nothing. A man blind from birth knows not what darkness means. Similarly, only the knower knows that he does not know. Sleep is merely a lapse in memory. Life goes on.
And what is death?
It is the change in the living process of a particular body. Integration ends and disintegration sets in.
What about the knower? With the disappearance of the body, does the knower disappear?
Just as the knower of the body appears at birth, so he disappears at death.
And nothing remains.
Life remains. Consciousness needs a vehicle and an instrument for its manifestation. When life produces another body, another knower comes into being.
Is there a causal link between the successive body knowers or body minds?
Yes, there is something that may be called the memory body or causal body, a record of all that was thought, wanted, and done. It is like a cloud of images held together.
What is this sense of a separate existence?
It is a reflection in a separate body of the one reality. In this reflection, the unlimited and the limited are confused and taken to be the same. To undo this confusion is the purpose of yoga.
Does not death undo this confusion?
In death, only the body dies. Life does not, consciousness does not, reality does not, and the life is never so alive as after death.
But does one get reborn?
What was born must die. Only the unborn is deathless. Find what it is it that never sleeps and never wakes, and whose pale reflection is our sense of I.
How am I to go about this finding out?
How do you go about finding anything? By keeping your mind and heart on it. Interest there must be, and steady remembrance. To remember what needs to be remembered is the secret of success. You come to it through earnestness.
Do you mean to say that mere wanting to find out is enough? Surely both qualification and opportunities are needed.
These will come with earnestness. What is supremely important is to be free from contradictions. The goal and the way must not be on different levels. Life and light must not quarrel. Behavior must not betray belief. Call it honesty, integrity, wholeness. You must not go back, undo, uproot, abandon the conquered ground. Tenacity of purpose and honesty in pursuit will bring you to your goal.
Tenacity and honesty are endowments, surely. Not a trace of them I have.
All will come as you go on. Take the first step first. All blessings come from within. Turn within. I am, you know. Be with it all the time you can spare until you revert to it spontaneously. There is no simpler and easier way. Let's continue
Me-
chapter 6. Yes,
Meditation.
hmm,
All teachers advise to meditate. What is the purpose of meditation?
Maharaj. We know the outer world of sensations and actions, but of our inner world of thoughts and feelings, we know very little. The primary purpose of meditation is to become conscious of and familiar with our inner life. The ultimate purpose is to reach the source of life and consciousness. Incidentally, practice of meditation deeply affects our character. We are slaves to what we do not know. Of what we know, we are masters. Whatever vice or weakness in ourselves we discover and understand its causes and its working, we overcome it by the very knowing. The unconscious dissolves when brought into the conscious. The dissolution of the unconscious releases energy. The mind feels adequate and become quiet.
What is the use of a quiet mind?
When the mind is quiet, we come to know ourselves as the pure witness. We withdraw from the experience and its experiencer and stand apart in pure awareness, which is between and beyond the two. The personality based on self-identification, on imagining oneself to be something. I am this, I am that continues, but only as a part of the objective world. Its identification with the witness snaps.
As I can make out, I live on many levels, and life on each level requires energy. The self, by its very nature, delights in everything, and its energies flow outwards. Is it not the purpose of meditation to dam up the energies on the higher levels or to push them back and up so as to enable the higher levels to prosper also?
It is not so much the matter of levels as of gunas, qualities. Meditation is a sattvic activity and aims at complete elimination of tamas, inertia, and rajas, motivity. Pure sattva, harmony, is perfect freedom from sloth and restlessness.
How to strengthen and purify the sattva?
The sattva is pure and strong always. It is like the sun. It may seem obscured by clouds and dust, but only from the point of view of the perceiver. Deal with the causes of obscuration, not with the sun.
What is the use of sattva?
What is the use of truth, goodness, harmony, and beauty? They are their own goal. They manifest spontaneously and effortlessly when things are left to themselves, are not interfered with, not shunned or wanted or conceptualized, but just experienced in full awareness. Such awareness itself is sattva. It does not make use of things and people, it fulfills them.
Since I cannot improve sattva, am I to deal with tamas and rajas only? How can I deal with them?
By watching their influence in you and on you, be aware of them in operation. Watch their expressions in your thoughts, words, and deeds, and gradually their grip on you will lessen and the clear light of sattva will emerge. It is neither a difficult nor a protracted process. Earnestness is the only condition of success. So we covered three chapters. This is the end of sixth chapter, and so this is uh, good enough for today's video. Pratik, do you have anything? Do you want to share anything? You want to say something?
No, nothing as of now today.
How
We
was your
will share more.
experience of reading?
It was better, but I had some more questions. Like in the question on causality, I had the question of the uh, Buddha's concept of dependent origination. That everything is a cause, and if you see everything, and if you see everything and the causes of everything, then the thing and the cause dissolve. So Buddha had this concept that anything that emerges in existence has a cause before that. So how does Maharaj answers to that is one of the questions I was having.
Yeah, I I get it. Because at times there seems that it's paradoxical these things that, but as I find while I had read the whole book, that things make sense when this is something which these kinds of these this particular thing also comes up in further chapters as I can recall, and so all I like the whole point of this exercise was to just be engaged with these things so that we come back to this, because I find these reading itself gives some perspectives, and so
Reading in itself is a meditation, is a kind of meditation. Like when you engage with the text, and it can open up a lot of other dimensions of the mind. So it is good that we are reading, but we need to keep the questions, the what could be the further questions of uh, seekers in mind in order to make the videos and make this knowledge more effective.
Yeah, that is there. So I just find that this whole creating this channel and discussing on various topics is just a call for engagement to people who find these things appealing. So I would just in just a hope that people who are interested in these things uh engage with us or engage among themselves or just start there some curiosity arises in them and they start exploring these things. So that's just the motivation, and uh it's just uh you're just spreading some awareness. All that is, yeah.
Yeah, I think that this is good enough for a video.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Yeah. Bye.
Thank you and bye.